Money issues in a relationship are so important, and the importance of it is that everybody has to be upfront. There has to be full disclosure. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you need to be able to be honest with your partner, with your spouse, and talk about the things that concern you.
I think that most of the time people are afraid of the consequences. So it's really a lot of conflict avoidance, which is pervasive in money issues for married couples these days. In the case of a woman who's got a lot of clothing hanging in their closet that still has tags on it, then you should be a little bit worried that there's spending going on there that may not be regularly incorporated into that person's life. If you've got a scenario where anybody's got credit card debt or any sort of tax debts or anything like that that they're unwilling to talk about, definitely a red flag.
If you're not getting information about where your money is going, for example, if your spouse is trying to hide checking account statements, savings account statements, credit card statements, that's a red flag that there's something going on. There should be full access to all that information. Even if one side is primarily responsible for handling the finances, you should still be able to review the statements every month and see what's going on and see where your money's going, and then balance that with what you think your spouse is earning to see if there's any discrepancy. The first thing that a spouse should do if you're noticing some kind of financial infidelity is start digging around the house and seeing what you can find in terms of credit card statements and bank statements. If you're not able to do that because the statements are not there, then you need to confront your spouse and ask, are there statements, are there bank accounts that you don't know about, are there credit cards that you don't know about? And ask them head on if there's such things existing.
I suggest that there be open and frank conversations between couples. I talk about looking at credit reports. It's a lot of times these days you're hearing people coming out of college with a lot of student loan debt or credit card debt, or even people who have had problems in previous marriages. They get into new relationships and they carry a lot of debt with them. Well, it can negatively affect your new spouse if you don't talk about it. So asking for a credit report, actually being able to read the credit report is a completely different scenario, though. So it might be that having a just hour-long conversation with a financial advisor can help you really have the frank conversations about, what is your financial scenario now? Do you have credit problems? Do you have retirement savings? Do you own a house? Do you have back taxes that are owed? All that stuff can be brought into a marriage and immediately cause baggage that can ultimately turn into bigger problems, bigger conflicts, and relationships.